Marketing your business can feel incredibly overwhelming. One moment you're told to do something, and the next it's the complete opposite. It's confusing and often feels like you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall and waiting to see what sticks. In the online business world, there is a huge cloud of confusion about what it really takes to attract clients consistently. And I'm here to lift that cloud away. With 14 years of experience in marketing, I've learned to distinguish between fleeting fads and strategies that actually work in bringing clients. To demystify the path to a successful online business, I'm sharing with you the exact actions I take each week to market my own business and how long each takes me. Okay, first, let me give you some context. I'm a marketing energetics coach. I help spiritual entrepreneurs bring in clients consistently without having to post online daily. I do this by using a mix of marketing strategy and spiritual practices. So the way I market my services is congruent with what I teach. I don't post on social media every day and I don't live only for my business. But I get clients consistently because I have a content strategy that leverages my own unique energy and that brings people in on repeat while I'm having a walk, reading a fantasy book, or having lunch with friends. And that, to me, is success. I've tried the whole hustle thing, not for me. I also believe that in order to get clients, you need to genuinely want to help people before they've even paid you. And that's why I'm doing these videos and revealing information that most marketing coaches charge thousands for. And I'm not even kidding. I want to have a business that impacts people positively, whether they end up becoming clients or not. But I also know that creating this kind of content and being genuine is exactly what brings in clients. And that's how I view marketing. You pay it forward, you create valuable content, and your people will find you. And I work with people who believe in that too. My content strategy relies mainly on long-form content, which is these YouTube videos, email marketing, short-form content, and one more thing I'm sharing later on in this video. Believe me, you want to be here for it. Let's dive into what I did this week exactly to promote my one-on-one services. And by the way, you can read more about working with me one-on-one on your business down below. Okay, I can't believe I'm actually going to put a video of me in my PJ on YouTube, but that's how dedicated I am, alright? So I've just finished writing the script for my video that actually got published last week when you're watching this. It took me about an hour and a half. I think I spent half an hour on it yesterday doing the structure and outline. So I didn't used to be a scripter, like at all. I'm doing this without script, can't you tell? But it's been helpful to script it because it really reduces my editing time, and that is just so key. I don't know how I'm going to do it with this one. Anyway, so in the script of my video, I have like a template I'm using. I'm using Notion to get everything organized. I have a whole strategy for YouTube that I've already worked on. So on a week-to-week basis, what I'm doing is just the execution of one video. So I'll usually start on a Monday. The video I'm going to record is already decided. It's more deciding on the outline, choosing the title to be keyword friendly, to be enticing and mysterious and make people click, jot down a few ideas for the thumbnail. So in the content I have several parts. I have the hook, which are the first basically 6 to 30 seconds of the video, which have to be really catchy because we do live in a time of short attention span. So when people click on a video, they need to know right away that this is the right kind of content that they have selected. That goes with any kind of content. Hooks are quite mainstream with short-term content, you know, with Reels and TikTok, but you also do need a good hook for longer form content. And then I write down the whole things I'm going to say. This really makes it so much easier further down the line. With editing, it doesn't mean I can go like, you know, a bit wild on some topics when I'm feeling passionate about it, but it does help me staying on track and carry my message in a way that is impactful and efficient. So usually I will do the script on Monday, Tuesday morning, then I'll get a break, go back to it, reread it, finalize it, and then hit record. What I'm gonna do now is have a shower, get ready, and then I'm going to record, and I'll see you once I've recorded this video. Super influencer here.
So I've just finished recording my weekly YouTube video. It did not go smoothly today. You know, you have days where everything goes smoothly and you're really in it, and you have days where you just have to retake like literally 15 times the same sentence. Today was the latter option. Anyway, it's done now, so it took me about 40 minutes to record, which is more than usual. I think it's partly with the, to do with the low vibe, and partly because this is a longer video than I normally do. I usually try and keep my videos at around 10 minutes because I think it's a sweet point in terms of like what time and energy it takes me to script, record, edit, and also what it takes for people to watch. So I've done that now. I'm gonna take a freaking break because I need one. I'm probably gonna go outside and see my chickens. And then what I'm gonna do is send a newsletter with last week's video because I published it on Friday night and I couldn't be bothered to send an email to my list about this because I was just done. So I have these intentions of sending 2 emails a week, one on Wednesday and one on Friday. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. So usually what I do is on a Wednesday, I'll send a newsletter, which is more like story based. I'll share something I have learned in my business journey. I'll share a case study or some kind of nuggets I've gotten from a client session, something that came to me. I'll do some selling, of course, because that is also the point. So that usually will be my Wednesday email, and my Friday email is, hey guys, we have a new video. So usually I'll introduce it in a bit of more fancy way. What I'm really working on at the moment is not to be just like, hey, I have a new video, but to really introduce more the topic and to be like, look, this is the problems that I see a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs have. So this is my take on it. But doing it in a few lines. I'll put the picture, the thumbnail of the YouTube video in the email, obviously a link to it, and then I'll usually put a call to action to book a call with me or whatever else I'm trying to sell at the moment in the email too. So in total, I would say writing an email takes me about 30-45 minutes depending on the groove of the day. So I do that twice a week, knowing that the second email about the YouTube usually takes me like more like 25 minutes, if that, because I've done all the marketing work of how to present the video in the video. So I'll do that, and I'll also need to post I also need to post on my Facebook about last week's video. So as I said, finished it on Friday night, so I skipped on that, but usually I will share the video I have just posted on my stories because usually I'm just so excited to just have finished it. And then I might make a post on Instagram. I'm kind of giving myself some slack about posting on Instagram these days because I really don't think it's the best platform in general to promote your services. I mean, you guys know my stance on posting on social media to get clients. I think it's great to create a connection, but there is absolutely no guarantee whatsoever that people will actually see your post. And that to me feels like a waste of energy. Stories are fun, they're really quite spontaneous, but of course they disappear after 24 hours. Reels, like I like to do talking reels, I'll share bite-sized marketing, manifestation advice. But they do tend to be things I literally record while I'm on a walk or if inspiration strikes. And that is where I'm going with my Instagram at the moment. I really want it to feel more flowy. Posting when I'm inspired, yes, maybe posting when I'm have a new YouTube videos, but I'm not kind of raking my brain every day to be like, okay, well, I need to squeeze a post out. So I'd say my 2 main marketing areas at the moment are definitely YouTube. And also email, and I'm kind of trying to make a comeback on my Facebook, mainly because that's how I create a lot of connection with people. So I'm trying to be a bit more active in my Facebook. Historically, that's where I started promoting my business and where I have more of this network and community. So I'm kind of focusing on that, but I don't have a specific strategy on it. I'm posting things and trying to keep people up to date and also trying to keep it light because I really want people to get to know me, because that is the point of social media to me, just creating authentic connections. Anyway, I've been talking for a long time. Obviously, I'm in the flow now. I will probably see you tomorrow to talk to you about what I'm doing next.
Let me tell you that video editing is great when you have perfectionist tendencies because it can take so long. I think I've just spent like an hour and a half on editing my YouTube video. It's definitely a process. I have been producing videos consistently on YouTube with my new strategy for about a month and a half now, and I've gotten much quicker at it. I do enjoy the process, but A, today I'm really tired, and B, it's taking me too much time. My intention is that doing a weekly YouTube video takes me about 3 hours, and I'm not there yet. So I'm gonna have to simplify, which is the reality of a business. You try things and then you review the process. So far this week, I have posted, I think 3 times on Instagram and Facebook, like in total. I don't even count stories because they literally take me a few minutes to do, and I'm not an intense poster of stories. I'm not in a period where I post a lot. For a few days this week, I did what's the plan today. I am trying to inform people more of what I'm doing, following my strategy as a manifestor in human design. Anyway, yes, 3 posts on social media. I've sent 1 newsletter. I've been working on this video. I've been answering comments here and there, so in Facebook groups, which to me are a great way to find clients and just broaden my community, because people ask questions that I have some answers to, or I can share my expertise and my experience. It literally takes me like between 1 minute and 4 minutes, let's say, to answer something that actually brings value. And I'll usually directly link to, is a spider over there? I think it's a dead spider. I'll either directly link to something I am doing if I have a new offer, but these days I have been really linking more to my YouTube channel, because I really do want this to be a library of knowledge that people can go find and then binge my content. That's good for me, that's good for them, so win-win-win. The Facebook groups have been really good for me to meet people and to just be helpful. As I say, I lead with value. I will literally answer people's questions, giving them some pointers on their energy, their marketing. A lot of the questions that come back often in the groups I'm in are, how do you guys do it to make an income in your life, in your business, without having to show up every day the same, while being able to take a break when you're in a rest cycle, or you just have so many things to do. So that's usually when I come in and be like, look, you have to respect your energy. You can build a business where, it supports this kind of lifestyle. And here are a few pointers of how to do that in a specific situation. And then I'll usually point to either my YouTube channel in general, or free training I have, or a specific video I have on YouTube. I remember when I first got into online business in 16 Facebook groups were the places where I met the most people. I'm still in touch with so many of those people nowadays. I think it's a fantastic place to create connections, provide value. I don't expect much from them, but that's why it works. So I've been doing that. What else have I been doing? I've been working on my free class, my consistent client class, on how exactly to get clients without having to post on social media every day. I'm really sharing the framework I use with my clients in paid sessions. I'm not holding anything back. So I'm really excited about it. I've been working on the landing page so people can sign up. So the link will be down below by the time you're watching. I do this kind of events which are like conversion events. So people are coming in expecting to have an answer to the problems, how to get, consistent clients in this case without daily posting, and they come in and I tell them how. I tell them exactly what my process is, my framework, and then at the end I extend an invitation being like, if you'd like help to implement all of that, I'm here. Here is how to work with me. And that's it. I do this kind of events about twice a year. I think eventually I like to do it 3 times a year, but for now I think we've been on a solid twice a year. It's gonna be some work, but I'm really happy about what's coming through for this training, which is gonna be focusing on the strategy, of course, but also on the energy and the subconscious behind it, because I do love talking about marketing. I feel like it's just like, it's part of my heart, it's definitely part of my brain, but there are so many different things that need to be factored in a successful business, and beyond that, like what makes you happy and successful in your life. So anybody can kind of give marketing advice, although mine are great, and do actually have the experience and certifications to back it up. And like a lot of people would just be like, oh, well, I was successful in my business, so I'll just 50%. But mainly what annoys me with people who do that is that they are basically selling the strategies they used to other people. And that to me isn't, it's not. It's definitely not coaching. And that's how you end up with people trying to replicate someone's success, but they're different people, so it doesn't work. I want an intention here, but definitely worth hearing. I think I will die on that hill, but not now. I feel like marketing advice expertise is rather mainstream, at least in my world, but obviously I'm biased. But what I really like to do is incorporate that with the spiritual side and the energy side, and using my intuition and helping people who are using their intuition in their life, even maybe as a holistic practitioner or a healer, actually using it in growing their business. That fascinates me. I'm able to see the energy of people's businesses, where they want them to go, which is fascinating to me. And also working on the whole subconscious thing. I'm a trained hypnotherapist. I really like nerding out about how our subconscious mind works, how to make it easier for you on a day-to-day to actually do the thing, to stop procrastinating, and how to regulate your nervous system, how you can embody the successful version of yourself, the future version of yourself already now. So we're gonna see all of that. See you again soon. So here is how I spent my time this week on marketing activities. First, I spent 6 hours on YouTube, which is way more than I wanted to be. And yet, interestingly, the video I published also happened to be my top performing so far. I ended up sending just the one email, just the one newsletter, which took me 30 minutes to write. I use Flowdesk for my emails, by the way, and if you want to check it out, I really like it. The design is really clean, it's really pretty, it's really easy, and the automations feature are quite good. I'll put my referral link down below so you can get half off on your first. I also ended up spending 35 minutes precisely on posting on Instagram and Facebook. I think I did 2 reels and about 2 posts, and I worked 1 hour on my consistent client class. So in total, we actually arrived to 8 hours, which if you take into account I only work 4 days a week on average, so that's about 2 hours a day, which, isn't too bad. And if you think that 8 hours a week is an acceptable time to spend on your marketing every week to bring in clients consistently, put a like below. The difference with most business owners really is that I actually know what I'm doing. So I do this 2 hours a day and then I'm done. There is little second guessing or posting at the end of the day because I forgot. I mean, it still happens, but not with the pressure and hurry that I normally would have. And this is because I worked on my messaging, because I have a content strategy that feels good to me. It makes showing up for my business and for you guys so much easier. And of course, that is what brings in clients. Showing up regularly with a clear message in a way that feels good to me. And I want that for you too. I want you to be able to take days off without worrying about paying the bills. I want you to be present with your loved ones, worry-free for Christmas and other holidays, to really be present and soaking up all the good moments because you know your business is taking care of you. And if you want that too, then sign up for my consistent client class. It's happening on October 2nd, or you can catch a replay through the same link as well. You will walk away with the framework I use with my private clients, so you'll have everything you need to create your own content strategy that attracts clients on repeat without having to post every day. My intention is really that you walk away with all the steps to DIY it if you want to. See you then.